Nintendo could be a pretty grubby and greedy company, but if there's one thing I'll give them, is that they're still able to make some pretty good games. Not just good, sometimes even great. And this has been proven to me with Donkey Kong Bananza, the brand new Donkey Kong game after 11 years. I personally stand by the belief that this is going to be one of the best Nintendo games ever made. It is going to be a classic that could stand upon other Nintendo games. It will be remembered for years, not even years, decades to come. After watching the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct, I've come to realize that this game is going to earn that spot. I could sit down for who knows how long and talk about various things that I like about Bananza. And you know what? I'm actually going to kind of do that as of now. If it's the strange but beautiful worlds of Bananza, or how fun the gameplay looks when it comes to destroying the environment and looking for collectibles and Bananium gems, to the level of customization, even to the point where you can change Donkey Kong's fur color and there'll be a different effect to it, surprising callbacks to Donkey Kong's history, ones that you probably wouldn't even expect, the Bananza powers where Donkey Kong could either turn into a zebra or some sort of flying bird, or the best to come out of all of it, something they didn't even need to add to the game, a mode where you could sit down and draw stuff, so very similar to Mario 64 DS. I guess they needed some sort of excuse to use the new Joy-Cons, but it's actually a pretty good excuse. I do remember messing around with the drawing mode in Mario 64 DS, and I could see myself mess around with this a little bit. It's a fun little distraction. As you can see, Bananza has a lot of things going for it, and I've only scratched the surface. I didn't even bring up the game's upgrade system. It probably would have done fine without it, but they added one anyways. Do you want to know the one aspect of this game that I really want to get into? Like the one thing I want to keenly talk about, the story. I would not expect myself to be talking about this. Nintendo are the gameplay comes first, guys. Story is the second thing that they focus on. Sometimes you do get lucky and Nintendo games will focus on their story. Are you telling me that a Donkey Kong game is actually telling a story and it's also interesting at the same time? The same game about a giant gorilla that wears overalls to go get some bananas. We now know that Pauline is actually in this game, and it's actually the Pauline that we're familiar with, but she's younger. This is totally not going to be confusing in the slightest. It is funny to know that Donkey Kong knew Pauline even before she was a kid. How did he not age one day in his life once she grew up? I have no idea. Now I just want to know how Pauline got into this situation. There's got to be some sort of reason, and I do expect the game to get into that eventually. If you are finding it hard to believe that this is the actual Pauline, there is a cutscene in here that proves it, where she talks about how she likes to sing, and maybe it could become more than just a dream. If this doesn't prove it, then nothing will. We don't get to see many interactions between Pauline and Donkey Kong, but the ones we do get are actually kinda wholesome. I just don't know what motivated them to tell an actual story. Nintendo's all like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we told the backstory of how Pauline met Donkey Kong? I'm just surprised that they're going through this much effort. It might not even be that deep. Something just tells me it's gonna be a big highlight of the game. It might actually be worth putting the attention into. Not everyone's gonna agree with this. Giving Pauline voice lines was actually a smart idea. I know it already was there with the Odd Rock, but it just feels so right to have. I could keep going. I could talk about this game all day and night if I wanted to. I could talk about how much personality and charm it has, but I think this might be the best place to leave it. Donkey Kong Bananza is gonna stand the test of time as one of Nintendo's best games ever made. Waiting 11 years for the next Donkey Kong game was pretty painful, but it was worth it because they put in this much effort. I still do not have a Nintendo Switch 2, and I sure do not have the money for it as of right now. I want to get this game. I'm just not sure when I will be getting it. What I'll say left is, I'm excited for Donkey Kong Bananza, and if you are too, that's awesome.